Good evening and welcome to Midnight Movie Club and another Monsterverse video. In tonight's video we will be discussing the post-credits scene of Godzilla King of the Monsters and what it could mean for future films within the Monsterverse. So this goes without saying, huge spoilers ahead for King of the Monsters. So once the credits started to roll for King of the Monsters, we got hit with a lot of little Easter eggs for other kaiju and the fallout of the events of the film. One news headline tells us that Rodan has flew to Japan and taken up residence in a volcano near Mount Fuji, thus returning Rodan to his roots. I do wonder though, what has drove Rodan to go to Japan after he submitted to Godzilla accepting him as the alpha? Maybe he was just looking for the next best active volcano, who knows. We also get a hint to the rebirth of Mothra as a Mothra type egg is shown. This happens quite a bit with Mothra throughout the Godzilla franchise and would be no surprise if it happened here again. I'm all for another Mothra. As I said in my review, she stole the show for me visually, so fingers crossed we get another Mothra. We also got a quick glimpse of some Chinese dragon-like kaiju. I have seen a few people online say that it is Manda, but it can't be as Legendary wouldn't have had the rights from Toho, so maybe they have just took inspiration from Manda, who is a really minor kaiju in the Godzilla franchise anyway. Either way, I'm always up for more dragon-like kaiju, especially now that Ghidorah might be out of the game for a while. Now, one headline that really got me excited was one that told us there was a mass kaiju migration towards Kong's kingdom, Skull Island. With Kong being the alpha of Skull Island, he might not be too happy at the sudden influx of immigrant kaijus arriving at his doorstep, whereas Godzilla may think it is best for them to stay out of the way of the rest of the world. Maybe it is this disagreement that prompts them to go head to head. Honestly, all I can see in my head when I think about that possibility is a WWE-like lumberjack match with Godzilla and Kong in the middle of a circle of kaijus battling it out on Skull Island to decide who gets to choose. It looks sick in my head, I hope it does in the film. But another possibility is that maybe Kong doesn't mind all these kaiju coming to Skull Island and is happy to have some company, but as long as he is the alpha. Either way, I think the matchup between Godzilla and Kong will ultimately come down to who is in charge. Also interesting to see if Rodan will leave Japan and join this migration. We also have a cave painting of both Godzilla and Kong fighting, which leads me to believe there may be a long running rivalry or blood feud between both species. If there is, I cannot wait to see why that is. Now let's get on to the post-credits scene. We return to Isla de Mara with the eco-terrorist leader Alan Jonah, played by Charles Dance. It seems after the oxygen destroyer went off, the fishing industry has took a real hit in de Mara, as there is basically no more fish. But they do have something. Ghidorah's severed head from the second fight with Godzilla, where he bites it off. I believe it was the left head. So it looks like the fishermen can't make money off fish, but they are going to make a decent bit of it from selling Ghidorah's head to Alan Jonah. We know that he and his terrorist organisation deal with Titan DNA splicing, testing and trading, so it will be interesting to see what he does with it. Now, a lot of people believe that this is setting up Mecha Ghidorah, and this is very possible, but Mecha Ghidorah had one mecha head and two normal organic heads. This is literally just a head, so Alan Jonah is going to have to assemble a lot more parts than the original Mecha King Ghidorah, which is possible, but I think it's unlikely. There is a simpler avenue. We know that Ghidorah's body can regrow heads, so this raises the question, can a head regrow a body? Let me know what you think. Could this just be a way to get another Ghidorah in a future film? Although there is one more possibility, and that is that the head is still feeling the effects of the oxygen destroyer that went off, splitting up that second fight. Could the oxygen destroyer be slowly turning the head and mutating it into something along the lines of Destroyer? I have another Monsterverse theory video which includes Destroyer. I will link it in the comments down below, but this once again is very possible. Now there is one more possible theory, and I promise this is the last one, that I found very interesting and something not many people would expect. That is that this scene is in fact setting up Bagan. Now Bagan is a kaiju that was meant to appear within the Godzilla franchise but never did. He did however appear as the final boss in the video game Super Godzilla. In this game, he appeared as an ancient super monster that had been strengthened by the alien infusion of Godzilla and King Ghidorah's cells. So is that Chinese dragon-like monster we see in the credits Bagan? And this head, along with Alan Jones' kaiju DNA testing, will lead to his final form like in the video game? Most likely not, but I think it's an awesome theory. Let me know what you make of it in the comment section down below. Also, if you want me to do more kaiju profile videos explaining each and every kaiju within the Monsterverse, let me know in the comments as well. Anyway, the question's now over to you. What do you think the future of the Monsterverse has in store for us after Godzilla vs Kong? What new badass evil kaiju could we be looking at? Mecha Ghidorah, Destroyer or Bagan? Let's discuss in the comments. If you enjoyed this video then give it a like, and if you haven't already then subscribe to join the club. As always, thank you very much for watching and good night.